defeated my mind and my body. But there's one thing I say and always mean.
This world shall know.
Pain. His come and dance with me in hell, won't you?
What is up, peeps? It's time for another episode of Chibi No Podcast. You got me, Dave the Smash fan.
Mister.
Yes, it's Mr. Indeed. With Japorian here.
Boricua Senpai and Shark King.
And we miss Mr. He is sick, quote unquote, and so he's in his room today.
He has the COVID.
He's like 20 feet away from us.
No.
He was with a friend for several hours, but he didn't want to get us sick. So
Oh, but that friend.
more us than his friend, which I
I'll
know
consider
it's,
it.
it's endearing.
I consider it.
I want to watch for you guys.
I appreciate it.
My bad.
We're more important. It's okay. Like that's legitimate.
Transformers.
Transformers. Okay, so this is your first time ever watching Chibi No Podcast. We're just a bunch of friends talking about nerdy stuff, and that's just been our lives for the past like 10 years almost, which is crazy. Well, maybe not for you guys. You're gonna be like,
I haven't been here that long.
Well, Mr. Knight and
I was
Paul,
just a DLC character.
Japorian almost.
Me as well.
Japorian was like the first DLC.
Oh, dang.
2.0. I think it was in 2.0.
I was the beta, then they pulled me out. Then I had to
Oh, you were beta. You're probably in the alpha. There's the alpha.
You're the
not
bug
beta.
they never fixed. You know?
You're the one like, let's just see and attempt it, and they're just like, oh, this sounded horrible. Round 2.
I had to patch it.
We had to patch it. It's okay. We have a lot of stuff to talk about.
Patch indeed.
So, you know what? I'm gonna start with one that we all know and probably all love. Maybe, I don't know. We're gonna talk about Pokemon, the Pokemans. The Shark King, the one and only Elite Four, the only Pokemon master of us all.
Thanks, man.
Ouch. I'm here.
What do you hear?
Ouch.
I have literal recordings showing you are not a Pokemon master.
On the new, I don't even know all the Pokemon, man. All the new
Exactly.
Pokemon. All the new Pokemon.
Exactly.
I'm a whole Pokemon master.
See, look, it would be more like he'd be more like anime, like Ash, and I would be like Red.
Yeah.
I'm Canon the hero, and you're like.
I guess I can do it.
You're no.
What the heck is that? And opens up his
No. It's more like
Ash clone who had the Sparky. That's Sparky.
Oh, that's Richie.
that's Richie.
there you
No,
go. You're Richie. You're just there. You're kind of good, but not really.
What happened to Richie? I want him to come back.
He's just
he
around.
come. But why?
Happened.
Why not?
He's just around, dude.
Look, everybody came back. All the
Richie. No one liked Richie.
well, this is the thing. Richie's the only one who hasn't come back. He should come back.
Exactly. No one liked
did.
him.
They should do it.
No one liked what's his face. He was the guy that did the Pokemon Snap the camera.
He came back.
He came
No,
back.
what's his name though?
I don't know. He's not important.
What about
Exactly.
the guy that had the Sandshrew that was restrained?
Oh yeah, I saw that episode recently.
The power lifter guy.
I forget his
Didn't come
name.
back.
Randy.
Was it
Is it
I don't
Randy?
know. I just
I was like, cool.
Doesn't he appear in the movie, the Mewtwo Pokemon movie? Was that the
know.
guy with all the Pokemon? So that's the guy. I don't know.
I just remember that there's a video where it shows how savage Pokemon was, like in the OG, like first few seasons with Ash, and he talks about like that kid who's taking the picture. Forget his name, and he's like, "Oh, it's like, but the camera is my life," and Ash is like, "Get yourself a new life."
Get yourself a new life.
What was his name? He's in Pokemon Snap.
You're the one who I don't know. You're the one who loved that game. You tell me.
Can't remember.
Anyway, it's exactly, it doesn't matter. Anyway,
Irrelevant.
let's talk about Pokemon. The new pack for the trading card game. The app is coming out, and it's coming out with, I think, Gen 4, right?
Yep.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about this.
Dude, I don't want to hear.
Dude, I'm waiting
I'm
for
sorry
Gen 2.
that you don't know all the Pokemon.
I
This is
wanted
your
Gen
chance
2.
to learn.
Look,
This is your chance to learn.
I even saw like the supposed leaks with all the Gen 2 Pokemons and like, I was looking forward to this. And
Well, that's why you don't.
I didn't
You
see
look
any
at.
leaks. What are you guys
see,
talking
you're
about?
hanging out with certain people here, or who are not here, too long because you're believing these leaks that aren't leaks.
it's supposed to be true, dang it. Anyway,
supposed to
I
be
haven't
true.
seen any leaks. Also, by the way, the photographer's name is Todd Snap.
thanks Google.
Todd Snap.
Yeah.
see that's dumb.
But I didn't see any leaks, so he hasn't been hanging with me. I don't know.
Vaporeon, what you need to know is that Sinnoh region contains my boy Infernape.
That's also true.
And Garchomp and Lucario
I want the legendary beast. Lugia ho.
Legendary what? No,
I seen the quill.
You Gen 2 ho. Lucario.
Did you call him a hoe?
Lucario is not even Gen 2.
Lucario.
Call him a hoe. Is that what I heard?
Lucario's Gen 4.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting off topic here. Okay,
Sorry.
so
All right, what's up?
what's going on with this this pack? What do we know?
We don't really know that much. I mean, you have the stats. It doesn't come out yet. The cards themselves haven't leaked. There's been a few. Obviously, we know that probably the big chase cards or meta changing cards are going to be Dialga and Palkia. There's only going to be 2 packs instead of 3 packs.
Which I'm happy for.
Like the first expansion. So I think it's a happy middle ground because I feel like 3 was
too much.
but 1 was not enough.
Yeah.
So hopefully this is a good middle ground play, I guess. The one thing I'm concerned about is it does seem kind of weird that they jumped from Gen 1 to Gen 4, but they also gave us Celebi, so it felt like we were going to get Gen 2. It doesn't really bother me that much. Like, I'm going to be playing the game to just collect the cards. I play as a little bit, but I don't play as often. I did the very first day because that's when I sprained my ankle. So I literally did nothing but play that game for like
There you go.
I had literally nothing else to do.
You know what would make more sense if they did what gen is Legend ZA gonna be? What gen is that?
It's technically going to be 9.5 because
They have a long way to
9.5.
go.
That's way too far of a jump. I was saying they should do that for Legend ZA to come out this year, but no, that's way too far.
they could do that maybe
4
later.
makes
But
no sense.
I'm not sure what they're planning. I know
Unless
that it's going to
4
be
came out 20 years
it's
ago.
going to be its own thing. I know that Black and White is getting its own Pokemon card, like legitimate TCG or real TCG release, probably towards the later end of this year, which is why a lot of people are also speculating we'll probably get a Black and White remake or something like that for the Nintendo Switch or the Nintendo Switch 2 at this point. But
Oh, that's true.
we'll see. Like I said, I'm
Nah.
I'm excited just because it's going to be new cards, and I've gotten pretty much all the cards that I want or that I feel like I'm able to get. I am just disappointed with the trade feature, but I kind of get where it comes from because it's not meant for people like me who want to collect a lot of cards. It's made for people who are not spending money and want to just play competitively in the game, which is also fine. Like it's cool. I like how they simplified it, but.
From what I heard, it's going to be released. The trading is going to be a day before.
Yeah, trading will be released this Tuesday. The 28th, and then this set releases the 29th.
So
Okay.
But the only thing that does seem weird, I know that they're going to be doing Sinnoh Pokemon, so they're splitting like Diamond and Pearl. But it makes me wonder, like, why
the jump?
Well, one, I mean, they can do whatever they want. It does seem a little bit strange to me, but like it's fine. What about like Arceus and Giratina? They're Gen 4.
Yeah.
Where are they going to fall? Like, are they going to be split between the 2 packs, or is it going to be like the expansion that we're going to get in like 3 months from now?
Because they haven't released all the cards for sure.
Yeah, I know. We haven't
Which
released
I think is
a lot of
smart
cards.
because you find out especially when they show the trailer for the Mew pack. They didn't release. I think Celebi was on the trailer.
Yeah, it was.
People found out later
that
on.
was like the big card
Yeah.
hidden in it. So I'm guessing if it's Gen 4, like I'm guessing Arceus and Giratina are going to be like the big
Yeah, we'll have to
hidden
see.
cards, but we'll see. Like it is going to change the meta. It's going to be fun. Like I said, I just enjoy like collecting the cards that way because we can't get physical cards anymore. But we talked about that last week, so
Yeah.
I won't go there.
I have a story to tell about that though. It's kind of sad. But maybe I shouldn't.
You go tell that. No, we're talking with Miss Mister. We'll have you talk. I'm gonna change the camera because it's not recording very well. But I'm gonna have Miss Mister tell us about your experience. 'Cause you actually did get a pack of the EV Evolutions.
I got 2 boxes of ETBs.
You got
tell-
2 boxes?
Yeah, tell us.
Freaking.
I had a connection with a friend who works at Best Buy. He was able to get me some. So I bought some and I opened up my packs and I got a lot of good hits. I got almost all the evolutions, just their standard cards. I think I was just missing Glaceon, and I think Leafeon were the 3 I was missing. Oh, and Jolteon, my bad. I forgot Jolteon. But I did get all of them. I did get an Altar Umbreon, but not the Umbreon card. But yeah, I know Javi, or he was telling us, Shark King was telling us that the pull rates weren't bad, so I either got a good hand or I don't know what happened, but yeah, it was pretty good cards. I won't lie. They were pretty good cards.
Dang.
They
That's
were
cool.
very nice.
So 2 ETBs, huh? Must be nice.
Yeah, 18 packs. Like I said, I've still only been able to open 6 packs.
What's your sad story, Paul?
Well, so I decided to give it a shot and like look around once again. I went to the Pokemon vending machine. I guess they have some here in
don't.
Utah. So here's the thing.
Don't ever go to those.
I went there, and as soon as I went there, I saw the guy who was basically restocking all the Pokemon cards. He had DTVs in there, and there were like 3 guys in front of me, and we were like, okay, cool. Let's figure out. We're the first ones in here. He's the one who just barely like stock everything up. Let's just, as soon as he leaves, divide and conquer. I'm like, okay,
Divide and conquer. Who are you with?
some other guys that I just met.
Okay,
online.
okay.
And as soon as the guy left, the software for the vending machine did not update. And we were like, what's going on here? We try unplugging, plug it back in, waiting for a little bit, come back and forth, nothing. At the end, basically everybody gave up. I was the only one waiting, and they're like, oh, I should, maybe they're resetting a bit or something. I'm trying to call customer support. Nothing. Fine.
And customer support is the worst.
I would assume so.
I'll say, okay, I'll have some things to do. I'll come back in a bit. Hopefully nothing will be like touched. I come back. It updated, and it was sold out already. So some people already took it. And they're like, okay, maybe I'll go to the other vending machines around the valley. Nope. Everything was
Empty.
gone.
It's
Sad story.
a sadness.
Blocked by the wall.
But
Yeah, I can't relate.
Shut up.
yeah, we don't have your connections, okay? Oh, now I can
You just
actually
be friends with people. Just be friendly. What do you want me to do?
now I can share my screen actually. So now I'm not running at something else. Okay, well,
We all know that Diego's the friendliest of us.
Yes,
yeah,
we do.
of course.
By far.
That's why he's with us.
I'm
Next to
adorable.
us.
I'm adorable. What
Those
you
are 2
talking
different
about?
things.
Where's the BS? Do we have a BS noise? I don't remember. No, we don't.
My BS.
Fucking quiz!
Yeah, that's Diego. There you go.
Why are you gay?
There you go.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so let's move on to our next topic here.
I
So-
like turtles.
I love turtles, Ninja Turtles. So we had an Xbox developer update that happened a few days ago.
Thursday.
Yeah, so they showed a lot of cool things in here. One of the ones that came out was about Doom. So if you don't remember Doom, they showed it a few months ago. Like Doom was going to be like in like this kind of medieval type of area,
Dark Ages.
Dark Ages. So that's what they're calling it.
It's right in the title.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But I'm explaining what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I understood that reference.
The coolest thing about this
Dark Ages, I think people would understand.
is they announced a Ninja Gaiden 4. So if you've never played Ninja Gaiden, those games are freaking hard. I think it was the second
On
Gaiden.
360, I had that one.
I think it was the
I never beat it.
second one was super. It was like almost the same thing with Devil May Cry 2, because that one was so hard they had to re-release it, right, so that it would actually be
Yes.
beatable.
Easy,
So
yeah.
Ninja Gaiden also is notoriously hard. So they're gonna make a Ninja Gaiden 4 for 2025. Interesting. Did any of you play Ninja Gaiden?
I
No.
have.
Yeah, the
Right,
second
you
one.
have. You played Zen 360.
Hayabusa armor from Halo 3.
That counts.
The Hayabusa armor.
The Hayabusa. Okay, yeah, I'll count it. You know what's funny? Aside from that one, like and I haven't played Doom is like a fun game, but it's not like my favorite. Like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to play it.
Oh, really?
It's fun, but it's not like
Those are fun.
great game. But they did do a shadow drop. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is available.
Why is it black?
Have you seen a ninja?
Have you seen his soul?
Did you know ninjas are dressed in black?
No,
There you go.
Is that the reason why it's called?
Sasuke was wearing blue.
He's not a real ninja. He's a pansy.
Naruto was orange.
Right, so that's okay. Don't argue with it.
We had black on him though. Sasuke was
say
just
stupid ass
was just blue and white in the beginning.
True.
All right.
Fair.
But yeah, notoriously hard. Ninja Gaiden. I never was able to beat it, unfortunately,
Yeah,
because
how about-
you'd get to a certain part in the game,
It gets annoying.
I couldn't do anything.
It's just like screw it. So I'm hoping. I mean, now that we're older, hopefully we can do it now.
No, I think it's the opposite.
I'm a worse gamer now.
Have you played like the old Nintendo games or Super Nintendo?
We did. We played them.
It
Yeah,
gets hard. I don't know how we managed to play back in the old days, but now it just feels a lot.
actually, we have to.
We didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah,
That's
we
why.
have to continue doing that. The Donkey Kong was hard.
The one on the Wii U.
I haven't played. They remastered that. That one came out again. The
The
Freeze or Tropical
yes.
Freeze.
I beat that
about-
one in a weekend with my buddy.
We're talking about Super Nintendo.
But the Super, I haven't. But the Super Nintendo one was hard.
Donkey
Like
Kong Returns.
What's the Super Nintendo?
we played Donkey Kong Returns. I played that with Paul. And that. Oh my god! What?
My buddy beat
I didn't
that
have a
one.
Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
You didn't have. What was your first one? The GameCube, right?
Nintendo 64.
See, I didn't have a 64.
I got a Nintendo 64 and a PS1 on the same day.
I know.
His uncle worked for Sony.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I was gonna be like,
I remember. That's
I
my
remember
friend.
that.
this mother effer. I don't have nothing now. I got two. How do I divide my
I
time?
didn't know what to do with it.
What's a Super Nintendo?
That's too much for a kid.
Yeah, and I only had like
Oh, you think pornix is your ally?
Actually, Miles, he had everything. When I went to his, that's why I would go to his house. He had a computer.
No, because you're his friend.
Well, we were friends, and then
I know,
like
that's
whenever we hang out, like I'd go to his because he had everything. He had the Dreamcast, he had the Game Gear. If you remember, it took like 8
Battery.
batteries to play 20
Every 2
minutes.
hours, yeah.
Yeah. He had the PlayStation 1. He had Xbox. He had a computer. He had everything. So I was like, why go to my house? I'm just going to stay at your house all weekend.
Because we had the M games and he couldn't.
No, that wasn't Miles. That was Casey.
No, we had the M games.
Yeah.
yes, factual.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not, but this was like when I was hanging out with Miles, not you. Do you understand?
No, that's crazy.
Okay. They showed another game called South of Midnight. It's gonna come in April. It's really interesting. They do the storytelling, and they do it in kind of like the claymation frame rate,
I'm out.
and it's
Spider-Man.
like Spider-Man. Like they do every 2 frames or something like that, every 3 frames. I can't remember. It's kind of weird. It's supposed to be stylistic. In the actual trailer, it doesn't. To me, it doesn't appeal to me. Sure. I guess but playing it, might be different. But it's very odd.
Okay.
Like with Spider-Man, right? You watch it. That's like the style. Like you're just watching it, and it's cool. It goes with the aesthetics that the movie is showing you. But this is a game, so the game for some reason just feels. Like I don't know. How would you feel like if you were playing a game the same way that you watched like Into the Spider-Verse?
I guess I didn't grow up with games that much, so I'm like,
Gosh,
okay.
I'm asking the wrong person here.
Come back at me when we talk about Pokemon. It would throw me off because it's like a stutter. You don't want to stutter.
Yeah, even though it's
for the
it's on
PC
purpose
boys.
stutter.
Yeah, the PC bros are like, yeah, this is not
PC bros. No, it's just a regular game thing. You have a PS5. You're used to like 1080, 60 frames per second.
Sure.
What do you mean, sure? You're playing Stellar Blade. You're playing Ghost of Tsushima. You're telling me you would play that at 30 frames, at 24 frames?
I just play from content.
No, you would not. No, give me.
He
you would-
does.
No.
I don't care about like your FP numbers.
I play Tekken for the story. Like,
FP. For the particles.
yeah.
the particles.
I don't care about those things. I'm just like, cool.
No, you would notice.
As long as you
Frames
have
per
fun.
second
Oh,
only
I'm sure
bother
you
me
would.
when it interrupts the game, like on Pokemon on the Switch, which it shouldn't have.
Oh, I think it was the worst on
Or
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
That sucked.
Like if it ruins my gameplay, yeah, I don't care about the frames. If it's
don't
30,
remember that.
but it's smooth, like you keep playing it, it doesn't bother me.
Now, see, I don't know. You'd have to watch it and see what you think. But
I mean,
Like I said, I just don't have an eye for it. Like I don't even remember Breath of the Wild having.
Oh, it had
what do you mean
so
you didn't
many-
remember it happening?
It had so many problems,
Yeah.
I don't remember.
and I'm a
it.
very low bar.
Bad.
Yeah,
It was bad.
I don't remember it.
I'm with
I'm
Sharky on this.
not saying. I'm not saying it didn't
happen.
happen. I'm saying it's one of like on my list of things that I care about while I'm playing. It's like very.
But what
low
about
on the list.
Pokemon? Like it would freeze
Scarlet and Violet, yeah.
and it would stutter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is it stuttering
Scarlet
on
and
this
Violet
game?
for sure. It's a little bit more recent, and we talk about it enough that I definitely remember.
Well, think of that like probably 3 or 5 times worse
Okay, never
for
mind.
Zelda.
I think the first time I saw that in a Pokemon game was when we played Pokemon Arceus.
Arceus.
because I'm walking like to this mountain, like, oh, and like, what is this thing moving at 2 frames per second? It's like, is that a Gyarados? I was like, what is that? Oh, you see the Togepi like, oh, Togetic or Togekiss like.
Yeah. It only was like moving the way it was supposed to when you were like 3 feet away from it.
Yeah,
And you're like, oh, hey, that's what it's supposed to look like.
yeah. I was like, come on,
Stuff
man.
in the background was
Yeah, it was 2 frames per second. 2 frames a
it
second.
looked like a busted like animatronic thing at like Chuck E. Cheese.
I'm like, I get smoother race in a freaking Nintendo game and like regular Nintendo NES. And have this thing.
I wouldn't know.
I know you don't.
I do not
The
understand that reference.
joys that you've experienced or not experienced.
Sorry.
You're not sorry. Don't give me that
Nothing I
crap.
could do about it.
Go back in time.
Go back
Go
in
suffer. But anyway,
Go back in time.
yes, go back in time. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, I did want to bring this up. So,
Yes, sir.
well, actually, before we bring this up, actually, I wanted to go to a little recap because if you guys haven't watched the Nuzlocke or the Soul Link that we've been doing, Nuzlocke that we've been doing, it's still just Nico and myself playing, and we had. We're right now. Okay, first of all, I found out some really stupid stuff that I hate that freaking Shark King told me. So basically, we got done through Giovanna the second time. We got done through Chuck. Chuck, I
Chuck was
killed.
easy.
Chuck was easy. My Mega Aerodactyl swept through just nothing, like a breeze. I was like,
Told you Chuck wasn't that bad.
Sabrina fudged me over. I did one stupid move and I lost all my Pokemon. I had to use some tokens to bring back some, and the second time I think I only lost one. But I was super pissed. I was like, ugh. And I watched it back. I'm like, gosh dang it! Why did I do that? Like, if I just done this small little thing, I would have been fine. And I think it was I switched out when I shouldn't have. There was I wanted to get rid of the psychic terrain, and I think I stayed with I didn't kill the what's that Pokemon called, the mushroom.
Brute Bonnet.
Something.
That I decided to defeat the God of War, I think, before defeating, and that is what destroyed me. That's what kicked me, because I didn't want them to do the trick room again. Well, actually, they never pulled it off in my game. Never happened.
Yeah.
But because I focused too much on that, I lost. I was super pissed. And then freaking Shark King gives me the stupidest news ever.
You're welcome.
After that,
I didn't make you again. You're getting mad. I didn't make the game.
I fully expect you guys to beat the game based off how far. I mean, you know more than you guys have gotten further than I ever have. But
yeah, but with those are a lot of handicaps, more than you've ever had.
it's true.
This is also true.
But tell me what is significant now?
The fun part that Radical Red does once you beat Sabrina, which is she's the 5th gym leader, it kind of, I don't even know what to think. They add extra bosses by making you have to refight the first 4 gym leaders again, but their team is like updated. So
Well, that sucks.
Brock, Misty, Surge, and Erica, and they all start with their gyms are changed so that they have an advantage. So Brock has Sandstorm in his gym.
His great
Misty
tusk.
has it raining. Yeah. Lieutenant Surge has electric terrain set up, and Erica has her grassy terrain set up. And their teams are again they're updated. They each have their Omega now.
Oh.
They just have really good.
They'll have
teams.
6 Pokemon.
They'll have 6 Pokemon, and yeah, it's a
Well, that sucks.
Like I think of Brock. I think if I remember, I saw Great Tusk.
Great Tusk.
He has
Aerodactyl,
Aerodactyl.
Mega Aerodactyl, Tyranitar, Hisuian Arcanine, Blood Moon Ursaluna, and I'm blanking on the
I don't remember, but I looked at him like
Omastar.
I was like, "Fudge my balls!" I was like, "This,
Yeah.
his first one. This is just gonna suck." Like
Well, you would be fucking your
It's,
balls. Then.
this is one of the harder parts of the game because you have to go back and do those fights, and then after, you've been watching a lot of the times when they're going through routes. Like, is this guy important? Is this guy important? Is this important? I'm like, no, you should be. You should have like 10 levels on this guy. Like, none of these guys should give you any problems. Like the next 2 or 3 routes, everybody's a problem. Like the whole route is like there's 15 bosses. Every single trainer on this route is a boss. Every single trainer on this route has a mega.
it's such bullcrap.
But it's not
Basically,
more
the game doesn't
tokens.
want you to win.
It's a lot more tokens, which could come in handy, but
Yeah, if I don't keep losing Pokemon, I keep using on the same
You don't
Pokemon to
keep
bring
losing
back.
your yeah, well,
How many tokens do you have? Left.
12, 10,
I want to say
10.
I can't remember off the top of my head. I want to say somewhere between like 11 and 13.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah,
Nico
that-
has 16 or 14.
Somewhere between 13 and 14. He's got like 2 or 3 more than you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys have
you guys are
a good cushion.
Pretty even. David's just leaves his Pokemon to die a lot more.
Yeah.
Because David has overfilled the death box, so he's got like.
I have 2 boxes
that
now
are dead.
that are dead.
Nico has probably just lost less, and he just doesn't typically bring them back as often,
Yeah.
which is fine. But like it's like you guys are playing the same game, just different styles, which is totally fine. You're using more of your tokens to bring your guys back, and Nico's just kind of like, it died,
Yeah.
and he brings them back occasionally, but
It works.
it's fine. I mean, like none of this is wrong. You guys are both still in it, so it's not an issue. You guys are just both playing different styles.
Yeah, it's we'll see what happens. I don't know.
I believe in you guys. I think
If we can get through this, I don't know how we're gonna get through the Elite Four though. I keep looking at that and it's just
one step at a time. You
think
got
about that.
I mean,
Survive this part, and then
yeah,
we can
you
talk about
got
it.
to do the gym battle rematches tonight, and then you've got to get through other gym leaders. Like you still got to do Blaine, you've got to do Price, you've got to do Jasmine, and then the 8th gym leader.
Koga.
Does Giovanni have his Mewtwo?
There's still the Giovanni. There's still the final Giovanni battle.
Does he have his Mewtwo?
Yeah,
Fudge.
he does.
Is it X or Y?
¿Por qué no
Why?
los dos?
No, it's Y.
Wait, doesn't he get resurrected?
Yes.
And
oh
it-
yeah, fudge.
And it's a double battle with a computer again.
Why? Is it Brandon?
No, it's a little
Brendan?
bit better. They give you Lance.
Lance a million.
Okay, that's much better. But I'm knowing that it's a computer, it's not going to be as good.
Well, worry about that when you get there.
Yeah, like I said, don't. That's a run-ending battle, but like it's fine. You guys have made it past run-ending battles before. You made it past the. If anything, I think you've had better. Well, I guess you've kind of split now. You've had either the best or the worst. I feel like Nico's kind of more
In the middle?
in the middle. Like he's just kind of consistently in the middle, but you're more like you either have way better matches than him or you're much worse.
Yeah.
Like the first double battle with the Team Rocket, like you didn't lose anything, and Nico's like, I was so unprepared for this one. And there was the same thing with the Sabrina. Like the Sabrina fight, like I think we'll be okay. I think I've mentioned. I think that's Nico's. It's not like a weakness, but it's just funny because every time he mentions, oh, like I'm not worried. We have enough tokens. We have a team for this. That's when things go wrong for Nico.
Yeah.
But this time he was just like, I'm going to watch you fight. I'm like,
Yeah,
fuck.
and maybe now I would feel like he owes you one. The next scary fight, maybe you have him go first. And
You're like,
you watch.
Yeah, it's true.
we'll see. But now it's, I don't know. We might be taking different routes.
Yeah,
right
the
now.
next part after you, I mean, you could fight the gym leaders in any order, the rematches in any order, and afterwards there's 2 routes. I mean, I'm trying to just draw the map in the air, but you go around
I can see it.
and you go to like you can either head south from where the Pokemon Tower is, or you can go to the left and then down from where Erica's gym is. And that's where you go to Koga. But there's 2 different ways to go.
I can't just like jump.
You can't. Well, you can't. You could go back and forth, but that again, these are the routes that are going to have boss. Like
But I can fly.
you can fly, but I don't know why you would want to do both bosses. It'd be, in my opinion, it'd be better to just do one route, clear out all the bosses, and then if you need to, go the other way.
I was gonna say, how's the fighting gym?
It was easy. It was Chuck.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Chuck didn't do anything.
Chuck didn't do anything.
My mayor died like,
Just do a wing beat. Do a wing
Fastest
beat. do a
Pokemon
wing
ever.
yeah.
beat. It's not.
The focus sash had nothing to do with it.
And now you have a focus sash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there you go.
But yeah, so like it'll be, like I said, it'll be different. But it's good. Like I really like, this is more. It's getting. You've already hit the point where the creators have already changed the story. So obviously, like this isn't in the original game.
Right.
So you're going to be seeing a lot more of like the original content that the creators put together, which I'm excited about because I think it's really good.
You're playing
and you've
DLC.
already gotten to the point where like you can unlock legendary Pokemon.
Ooh, oh
You
yeah,
guys-
oh
you
yeah. I
guys-
forgot. I have
You guys
an issue.
completely forgot you had the Reggies when you went to fight Sabrina. Like, oh yeah, I have Regirock.
I forgot I had Regirock. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Like this guy would have been perfect. I'm like, yeah, he might have been helpful. I'm like, I didn't want to say anything. Be like, hey, by the way, you've got a Reggie in your box. You might want to use.
He's not. He might help me with Lieutenant Surge.
Check it out.
We'll see. I don't know.
But I'm excited for it. So
Okay. Alrighty, let's move on. I didn't want to talk about something, and I think I honestly think that the downfall of Crunchyroll is happening pretty soon.
How dare you, David?
Please.
Crunchyroll they've had a lot of major issues with. They've been found, quote, I don't know if it's guilty, but they've been found that they have not been promoting a bunch of different animes that they were supposed to, because they basically said, why waste my time if don't have exclusive rights to stream it? So they decided to just not promote it at all. So that's led to a lot of different issues with people and the contracts that they've had.
That's illegal, isn't it?
Depending on the
I don't know.
contract, yes.
Especially-
I don't know.
Not illegal, but it's a breaching
But
contract.
It's something like
depends
that.
of what the agreement was on the first time. Because I mean, I know you're talking about Dan was actually one of the big ones that was exclusively on Netflix, but I also was streaming on Crunchyroll, but Crunchyroll did not advertise a lot
at all.
But regardless, Netflix was able to. It was the most watched anime around that particular time.
So because Netflix is now trying to get I mean, they've been getting like their own Netflix original series, quote unquote original series, right? They've been getting exclusive rights for the past 3-4 years, something like that. But now I think Japan's be like, well, we're not just give one person, we're going to give maybe 2 people, 3 people, so more people can watch it in different platforms, right? Because Dan was in 2. I think there's a few that are in 3 now, like on Hulu, on Crunchyroll, and now on Netflix. So you really watch it whichever one. You don't have,
Daima wasn't there.
Daima. So that's the one I'm going to talk about. So Daima. Here's the thing.
Daima.
Dragon Ball Daima. So if you don't know, Crunchyroll is owned by Sony. Sony has tons of money. They have. I know, right?
Do?
I just found that out today.
But all those Spider-Man movies that did
Only because of PlayStation. That's why they have money.
Yeah, well, they have tons of money. So, they do all of their dubbing now, and they try to release all of them all roughly around the same time. But again, if they have an issue with the Portuguese dub, they're not gonna stop all of the dubbing to wait for the Portuguese to come out at the same time. They'll just release it when they can.
Okay.
So you have Dragon Ball, just the name itself is very huge, right? There are other titles they've given same day simul dubs to, or at least 2 weeks behind the broadcast version of animes. For some reason, Dragon Ball, they don't treat the same. Like Dragon Ball Super, I think they didn't start releasing the dub until the show was about 60 episodes in.
Jeez.
And then this is where it's weird. So they had this event where you could watch the first 3 episodes of Daima in English.
That was the movie release, right?
Yes,
the movie
but
event.
this is the funny thing, is that this event didn't occur until I think we're about 5 episodes in the Japanese one. So it wasn't like okay, so I give crap on Demon Slayer, right, with their quote unquote movies, but they at least show you the episodes before they even start the broadcast, right? So they showed you the English episodes before they even started the broadcast. The broadcast already started, and they started the theater run, and it was just for the first 3 episodes. But even that, they didn't advertise very much. It was one thing, and then that was it. It's a event, and you can possibly go to it. So we're okay.
Right? You guys went?
Yeah, I went. So I was okay, that's whatever. And so then we found out the dub wasn't going to come out until the January 10th, which was 2 weeks ago. We're okay, that's whatever, that's fine. But I'm pretty sure they have 10, 11 episodes dubbed. Then they're just going to release them all at the same time. And I don't know why I even believed in Crunchyroll. They would be smart about this. No, they released just 1 episode. The first dub episode on the 10th.
Which you already saw because
Which I already saw.
Movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You guys
now,
watched the episode
today
on the
is
tenth.
what?
Or the theater prevent, I should say.
Today's the 26th. So now they finally have released the first 3 episodes on Crunchyroll. And the show only has 5 episodes left. And I don't understand why they treat this series, which the name itself in the West is what pushed a lot of other companies or Funimation or whoever to start dubbing and bringing more animes to the West, was because of Dragon Ball. And I don't understand why they treat Dragon Ball this way. Again, you can have different opinion about Daima or Super, fine, whatever. But the fact that they treat it this way, it doesn't make any sense. Like it brought in more viewers.
disrespect.
Yeah, it brought in more viewers than all other Crunchyroll shows. One of the episodes in Super, right? It literally shut down Crunchyroll because of how many people were trying to watch it. The only other anime that's done that was One Piece, and I think Attack on Titan were like the only 3 that's ever done that. And so you have this series that's giving you so much money, and you're like, well, nah, I'm going to treat it like crap. I don't understand it.
That's the Michael Jordan treatment.
Yeah, exactly.
Young generation disrespecting Michael Jordan. How dare they?
And I took that personally.
It is.
Well, I was gonna say, I feel like we should do the opposite because it would be like people that grew up with anime that were like, okay, let's do the treatment. But at the same time, I think that they only see it not by the title. It's just like another show and business. And I mean that's a mentality that I think they will have. Even though, of course, you might bring
that's poor mentality.
Sure,
though.
but if you think about this, they're not gonna be like looking. Oh, sure, they bring money, but regardless of that, it's a company, and they're gonna be using it whatever they can, and they can do whatever they want. Which it's kind of
but I'm assuming if it doesn't affect their bottom line, they don't care.
Yeah, I think so
if
too.
they're not seeing people lose or what's it called, canceling subscriptions over stuff like this.
I think it's on the contrary because it's a big name. It's like, well, there's nothing to lose. We can do whatever we want, and people are gonna watch it anyways because it's Dragon Ball.
Agreed, but that's like when you vote with your wallet, right? Like if people just start like, oh, if it's available on, is it available on any platform or only Crunchyroll?
It's available on Netflix and Hulu, but it's 1 week behind Crunchyroll because Crunchyroll has it 1 week
Oh, so they have
early.
the exclusive rights to release it first, and then the others get it.
later. Mm-hmm.
Okay, see, that's the power they hold. Back to Japorians, like. Because they control it, there's no other option. And when you're the only other option, you have to be like you have to wait.
Maybe that's what they're thinking. They're like, yeah, you're not. It's not like you're gonna go watch it on Netflix before you watch it here. It's maybe their mentality.
I just hate it.
Not that it makes it right, but
Yeah, I don't agree with it.
because
But
I actually haven't watched Daima at all.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're missing much.
It's actually getting really good right now.
I've heard good things about it, but again, it's not dubbed yet, so I was like, I have to start watching.
It's only the first 3 episodes. You can watch the first 3 episodes right now. I already watched them. It's I don't know
Just wait.
because they give other series that don't bring them in money at all, and they get dubbed like 2 weeks after the broadcast.
But this sounds more like a personal vendetta, or even some people might have a problem.
Yeah, I
with it.
think
You
it's a personal
mentioned
vendetta.
Crunchyroll might not be a thing, or like are
He hates
companies
it now.
already threatening some sort of legal action?
No, it's the same.
Or to pull, or he started this conversation with they're not going to be a thing anymore, and which
just rattling.
Well,
the companies.
Crunchyroll
Cancel
just
Crunchyroll.
themselves are receiving backlash from what they haven't been promoting.
from end users though, from the consumer base.
Not just consumer, but like legal. Like
Okay,
they're like there might be some legal lawsuit.
repercussions.
Yeah, repercussion of what they haven't been
They
doing.
haven't met up on their
that
end of
makes
the
sense.
bargain, so now they're getting
Yeah.
in trouble for it.
Yeah, that's what's going on right now. There's an investigation going on what's happening. So
Got it.
don't know, but it's just been lame.
It's been hurting
That's all.
your heart.
It has been hurting my heart.
I don't. Blame
I want to see. I don't want to wait and start watching. I mean, I'm okay.
You're
Okay,
already watching anyways.
I'm fine. Okay, when Super was out, I was fine watching it with
watching
no
when the weekly
subtitles. Watching Twitter telling me what they're saying in the Super episode while it's live in Japan because I have no idea what they're saying.
captions. Or
Yeah.
you read the comments.
Read the comments because there's
People
no
were, like,
caption. People
providing-
were broadcasting it
dedication.
from Japan. Then I'd watch it an hour later, with the actual subtitles.
Just wait.
I don't want to wait.
Exactly. See, it's like it's his problem.
You consume anime the same way he does Pokemon, but at least he owns it. I don't think it's up. I think it's side to side.
I
But
don't have a problem. I can wait whatever I want.
but yeah, but the difference is I don't really hear like.
Yeah, I don't
Shark
hear
King
people
will say,
complaining.
I don't care for this, but he's you have like a vendetta.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, no, they treat
They mess with
my
Dragon Ball,
my
treat them
love
as,
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you best believe I'm not talking about good about you.
Are you gonna cancel it?
no, he won't.
It's not my. I don't. Correction,
he won't.
it's not my account. I'm not paying a dime.
Whose can is it?
You're not paying a Daima.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I see what you did there.
I like that.
But anyway,
And it's gonna be over anyways. Like what? 3 more episodes?
It's gonna be over.
did you not just? I said 5.
No.
Well, 5 episodes, but he's waiting for the English. So to him,
It's like
he only
forever.
has 3.
It's just
of
starting
how
over
many?
again.
Huh?
It's essentially just starting over again for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many
How would
episodes
you-
are
I
there?
mean-
They're only 20.
Okay.
How would you compare it? I mean, I know it's like a short, right? Like it's a short.
It's only 20
it's like
episodes.
it's one 20 episode thing, right? It's not going to have a
I was gonna
second
say
season. How do you compare it to Super?
So Super is
Like
more.
how do you like it? Not like I know that it's completely different.
Oh, how I like it?
Yeah.
It's like apples and oranges. In the sense that
Rank 'em for
there's okay. So Super had very, very, very inconsistent animation.
This is true.
The first
Also, the story was
26
ass in the beginning.
episodes were a very bad recap of the first two movies that they came out after so many years of Balagaza Resurrecting. Horrible. Like we had to sit through like 26 episodes before something new happened.
correction. You
True.
had to, and your brother. We didn't have to.
No, I say we.
No, that was ass.
And then
We, the viewing public.
you get one arc that's really, really good. And then you get the Trunks arc, which was good, but then you're like,
Weird. That was
wait,
weird.
what happened? Wait, it just
It
they
started
messed up
good,
with so
and then
many
it fell
things.
on its face.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, but then you get to the Universal Survival arc, and it just goes balls to the walls. Like everything's good for the most part. Yeah, Kaioken times 20.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So it was a very like roller coaster ride of emotions.
Okay.
It was mostly in the beginning. It was like this sucks. Please get better. Then it gets better, and then it's kind of like I don't know how to feel about the
Plateaus.
Goku Black arc, and then
Really?
it starts.
That's fine. I
yeah.
love that arc.
I love it, but then when I rewatched, I was like, "Oh yeah, no, this doesn't make any sense." The writing just—they literally were just like, "Let's throw this, and if it sticks, it sticks. Let's write it."
Okay.
Like this is how time travel is already very messy to write with, but then they threw all this other stuff about time rings, and then they don't follow their own rules, and I'm just like,
They never do though. Like they're not supposed to be able to grow facial hair, but they do when they're in the hyperbolic time chamber.
yeah, the fact that you have sex but not kissed a girl,
It could
what?
happen.
It could happen.
Yes, it can. Actually.
You've never never kissed a girl. You've had kids, and you've never kissed a girl. You don't know what.
Oh, no. I mean, that seems like a stretch, but
That's
can
what happened with Goku.
Okay.
Goku's like, "What are you doing there with your
If
your?"
Goku's sleeping, he probably wouldn't feel his wife anyway because he's used to being blasted across planets. I'm sure
That's nothing.
a woman caressing him is not going to be.
I just am like some people will do the dirty deed without kissing someone.
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
You
But
see how hard he sleeps. So after he trains, he probably just came home and he didn't even know what happened.
Maybe she took advantage of him.
and didn't know it.
He had a wet dream.
Yeah.
There's science. There's science.
Science.
But anyway, the point is,
Goku's getting some. That's the
Without
thing.
knowing about it.
he's had it at least twice because he's had
That
a
sounds
kid.
like a case, essay.
Yeah. But anyway,
That's why Chi-Chi's mad all the
Let's
time.
say
Yeah.
victim.
And then he kissed Chichina. Think
Or
about it.
something.
In Dragon Ball. The wedding ceremony. Come on, David. You know this. You're a
they
Dragon
didn't
Ball fan.
kiss on. No, they never showed it that they kiss on the lips. Never. I've watched and I've tried to rewatch.
Goku is a
Some-
pure man.
You only ever see him get kissed on the cheek by Chi Chi.
He's a pure
He doesn't do
maiden.
travesuras.
Goku's a pure maiden.
Yeah, you don't get to see him get kissed on the cheek by Chi Chi once.
You want to show X-rated Goku? Then you're like, okay. Now
I'm not
this-
saying X-rated, but you've never seen him kiss.
Look, all I hear is Chi-Chi is a clout chaser. Can we agree on that?
Sure.
She's not getting anything from him.
in the world.
Yeah, but she's a clout chaser.
And see, okay, so going back to Daima, I don't know how we got. Okay, we got
Compare
sidetracked.
this.
Going back to Daima is more reminiscent of Dragon Ball, whereas Super is more of Dragon Ball Z. They took all of the fighting and all that and tried to times it by 100 in Super for Dragon Ball Z because that's what people grew up on in the U.S.
True.
was Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Why Japan decided to do it that way, I don't know. That they're like, okay, let's just market on that. That's what I'm thinking. Daima was supposed to be a anniversary for the original Dragon Ball series when Goku was a kid. So the pacing, the storytelling, the adventure feel to it is more Dragon Ball.
More Dragon Ball.
More Dragon Ball.
Okay.
While adding some stuff that Dragon Ball Z and Super have had in the past.
And
Okay.
retconning allows some stuff as well.
They have some
So
I don't know if it's retconning, but they've done a few things that is questionable. Like they have Kibito and Supreme Kai already defused,
science.
but some reason they're gonna have to get fused again because they're fused again in Dragon Ball Super, and they get defused again when they ask the dragon to separate them. Yeah. So I don't know when they're gonna get back together and become one being again, but that has to happen
In the
by
next
end of
5
Daima.
episodes.
The next 5 episodes.
Right. Okay.
They have like other things that it just doesn't. They try that. I know what they're trying to do is they're trying to make some connection so that when they do eventually start Super again, which I know that's what's going to happen.
Coming soon.
They're going to take some stuff from Daima. That's why they're in the demon world. There's some stuff that I don't think will be resolved, which will be later resolved or be key points or plot points in Super.
Okay.
Which, for me, it gives me hope that they're going past the end of Z, because now again, I've said this before.
Man.
You have Goku who can literally fight against gods of destruction. You can tell me that Oob, this kid who's again the reincarnation of Boo, fine, whatever, is actually hurting base Goku. No, don't give me that crap.
You're gonna nerf Goku at the end.
No, don't give me that crap. No, if they do some stupid wish and they nerf him, I'll be so pissed.
Yes,
I will throw a table. I will not watch Dragon Ball anymore.
Look, you said about
said something to
Daima,
that.
and look, you're watching Daima again.
No, I never said watch Dragon. I said I said I might watch them. I don't know. And then Akira Toriyama passed away. And then Akira Toriyama passed away, and that what changed it.
You just have to be honest with yourself. Like we've said, I consume Pokemon at a very high level, and I've never been like, no, I'll never stop. Like the only one I've said is if it becomes Power World, then I'll stop. But
Well, no. Here's the thing. You can quote me on this. Like again, if they do something at the end of Super, or whatever, where they basically
It was all a dream.
do something like that, I will not watch it. I will hate that. I will
won't
sell
you have
all
to
my.
watch it to find out that happened.
Well, yeah, but if I get to that point, I will have to sell it.
Well,
Do
but
you
at that
drop it
particular
as a
point, you'll be
franchise?
done.
Or
Yeah,
just-
no, I drop it as a franchise. I will be done with it because
All right, that's fair. But
Yeah.
now I ask you, can you rank the 5 Dragon Ball series for me? In your order.
Number
Dragon
one,
the
Ball-
worst GT, worst GT.
GT's the worst.
GT's the worst.
Wow, this
Okay.
is like a copy of Daima. What are you talking about?
The copy of Diamond? No, it's not.
Dude, you compare shots.
No.
That's
Even
fine.
the opening. Okay, go ahead.
No. So GT's the worst.
bottom. Okay.
Daima.
Yeah, I'd go Daima. Daima's next. Daima, okay, but Daima in terms of animation is number 1.
Because
But it's number 4 right now.
Because
Okay.
Because currently where it is, I don't know how it's gonna. If it blows me with these next 5 episodes, then
it won't blow you.
cool.
It could jump. Okay.
It could jump up, but
So,
that one.
GT, Daima.
Then Super,
Okay.
and then no, actually, yeah, then Dragon Ball, and then Z.
Okay.
That would be our ranking.
Be your ranking. Okay. Fair.
Some people have Super as their number 1.
That's you. Your alter ego.
My alter ego.
I mean, I could see why. I think.
I can see why.
I think it has some really good peaks, particularly like you said, the ending. Where
Well-
I actually felt like, hey, look, people like other characters actually have a chance to do stuff again.
in terms of finales,
Including
I think,
like Master Roshi. I was like, hey, like I forgot how cool Master Roshi could be.
yeah, that's also way improbable. This guy
Just
who
let it be.
What's your beef, man? I thought you want good
when was the
content.
last time that Master Roshi was could power wise go against Goku?
Never, but they did. I mean, they
No,
you know that
in
they
the first
messed up.
Tenkai, in the first Budokai, yes, he could
But
because
you know
he
that
did beat
they
him.
messed up.
But after that, he couldn't.
Yep.
He couldn't beat Demon King Piccolo. He couldn't do nothing against
But they
Raditz.
took Krillin all the way up to like
Yeah,
Cell,
God level.
bro.
Yeah,
Like,
come on.
At Cell, he could defeat base form Frieza.
And didn't Krillin also fight in the Tournament of Powers?
Yeah.
See? Why not?
Again, they just threw stuff at the wall. They're like, how can we make Krillin seem cool?
They made
Oh,
Dragon
he can
so
he can
cool.
fight Goku at Super Saiyan Blue.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's why he's the best character. Better than Goku.
Yeah.
I'm sick
Mr.
of you
Mister,
guys.
what's your ranking of Dragon Ball series?
It's pretty similar, I guess. It would be GT, Daima, Dragon Ball, Super, and then Z.
Wasn't that
Yeah,
not
it is.
exactly what
It's
you
the
said?
same.
No, because
No, he
I had
Same
Dragon Ball higher,
Okay. Fair enough.
but yeah, we'll see.
5 episodes to make
5.
or break.
5 episodes to blow.
5 episodes, you viejito. Can you not understand? You went 3, then 4, then 5. 5.
That's what we said. 5.
Yeah, 5.
You said 4.
No, I said 5.
No, you said 4.
Kick you in the throat. I'm gonna kick you in the
Go to
throat.
rewind the tape. Rewind the tape.
Arrow.
I have your multiple recordings where you were completely wrong, and I will put it in here.
Rewind
I'll
the
put it in
tape.
here.
Rewind
Just
the tape.
rewind and be like 4,
He's doing it in slow motion.
4.
You have 4 episodes.
Rewind the tape. So Dragon Ball. It'd be cool.
You're
It's not
a
gonna be cool.
third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck.
So anyway, we'll see what happens
With 4 episodes left.
with. Apparently, there's supposed to be some type of new fusion. I don't know what. Don't know how.
Don't do that to me.
I'm just telling you what I've heard.
They're hinting at it because one of the
Bugs?
medicines that Goku had, or the bug, yeah, it was a fusion bug.
That bugs me.
The theory is that's gonna be. The theory is gonna be a 3-way fusion with Piccolo.
A 3-way now.
Yeah,
Let's bring back the X-rated.
the menage a trois of fusions.
What's happening here, man?
I'm just telling you what ideas that I've heard. It's not confirmed, but that's they talked about the fusion bug.
Again, David
already.
did not write Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I didn't write it.
They might
Not his
they're gonna
fault.
incorporate a new form too.
Yeah, I knew
Called
for
Primal Saiyan or something like that. So it might be True Super Saiyan 4. But who knows?
Like,
Oh, and then Frieza's truly going to be correct.
Monkey.
monkeys.
So in 5 episodes, we're gonna hear you complain, and then another
Maybe we will,
month
maybe
or
we
two.
Maybe not.
Once
I
you
don't know.
watch it,
I predict he's going to like the new fusion form. That's my prediction.
but there will be some issues.
I
He'll
think
say there's some
here's my
irregularities or
here's my
something,
thing.
but-
Is they're in the demon world, the fusion is gonna make them demon like. I think that'd be cool.
And then everything will be forgotten.
No, not
it's-
forgotten.
They have to connect Super and also like
They don't have to connect. I'm just saying what they said they're going to do. I don't know how they're going to connect to Super, but
again, David's not writing this.
yeah,
Correct.
it was Akira Toriyama. I didn't do
Got
anything.
mad at me. He's like, "Why did they make the Dunsparce hobby?" I'm like, "I don't know. I didn't work a game free."
Why did they give him the Mega?
Does he have a Mega?
The Dunsparce? Oh no, not the
No.
Dunsparce.
Okay, I was gonna be like, what?
Yeah, not yet. Not Mega the Dunsparce.
No, there's some that I don't understand why they have a Mega.
make a bit of
No,
Mega Glalie.
yeah,
Hey, Glele's cool. I like Glele.
Yeah, but there was no
not Mega Evolution. Cool.
Mega Glalie cool, but what made them have the idea to make a Mega for Glalie? That's what I was curious about.
Reasons,
Why
I
make a
do
Glalie
not
out of
know.
anybody?
That's like giving Ditto a Mega.
why not? They can do what they want. They
Again,
can.
you can get mad, but again, it's not me.
Yeah.
Don't get mad at me. But
I'm getting mad at Paul for his stupid ideas.
You can have it.
And if they take it, I'll be pissed.
I have a Mega Sable. I don't know. I don't
Just
make-
change your
Oh, a
perspective,
Mega
David.
Sable? Sable! He turns into a little Beyblade.
No,
That'd be
Mega
so
Sable
cool.
exists already.
Or maybe just his little third eye turns into the Beyblade.
Yeah, and he throws it. See, we're giving you ideas, Game Freak. There you go. You're welcome. Okay, so for for our final topic, I did so last time we talked about the worst things that we saw, right?
Which wasn't a lot.
Which wasn't a lot.
Or if
Luckily.
if they were, we just try not to remember them.
Yeah,
That's true.
But now I want to talk about some of the things that were
Yeah, true.
that exceeded or things that we absolutely loved watching, whether it's a movie, anime, TV series, whatever.
Me.
Go ahead, Mr.
Go,
Mister.
monkey.
I'll choose
Go ahead, monkey.
Fucking quiz!
I have one that was that came out of left field. I'll tell you that much. And I've done nothing but praise it since its release,
Garfield.
and I bought it too.
I know what it is.
Transformers 1.
Yep.
Transformers 1. The trailer for that film was ass and a half. Paramount should be a fucking ashamed of themselves. They made it look like a super kiddie film. Like, we accidentally bumped into the guy who gives us our powers to transform. What are we gonna do? And then they're like, oh wait, I can't transform right. I'm falling down and tripping over myself. Looked fucking lame, man. It was so bad. Those trailers, they were ass and a half. Like, I want to go beat up the people who decided to release those trailers for Transformers 1, because they deserve to get their asses hung, man. Like, they were bad. And then when I went into the theaters, I was like, I'll watch it just because it's, whatever. First 30 minutes is like, it's okay. It's not bad. And then it just went uphill the entire time. And it fucking slapped. Yeah, he made it great. The actor who played Megatron,
Chris Pratt?
amazing actor.
No, wait, it's Chris. It's a
I
Chris.
think you're thinking of Christopher Pratt.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth.
So I kind of want to go and talk a little bit more as well.
Tyree Henry is his name, not Chris Pratt, you jackass.
Yeah, if you don't know, now you know.
Chris,
No,
Chris,
no.
And he was the guy who also voiced Miles' dad, right? In Into the Spider-Verse.
yes, he was.
And he was also in, I can't remember what live action. He was like another show. Let me see.
Oh, he was in Eternals. No?
Was he in
Yes,
Eternals?
He was in that shitty movie. He's also in Bullet Train. He's the
Yeah.
brother who.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Eternals.
He's the
It's
twin with
Eternals.
the other
Trains?
Russian guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
He's a Thomas or whatever it is.
the train.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't get to watch this movie until like the very, very end of 2024. But I do regret not going to watch it in theaters because it was amazing. Like the story of again, very different than the comics. So I know that Shark King knows more about how that is. So this is not. If you're a fan of how it's explained in the comics, you might not like it. It's just very different.
I'll be prepared to not. I still haven't seen it.
Spoil it, Mister.
I won't spoil it, but it explains. No, so it does like this whole thing where it has Megatron and who's Megatron, I think he's D16, and then you have Orion Pax who is Optimus Prime, and then they're friends. And yeah,
Okay, it checks out so far.
check that so far, and then it basically explains how they basically became enemies.
Right.
Right, so that's basic. That's
not just enemies. How they became who they became. How Orion Pax became Optimus Prime, and how D16 became Megatron. Like what led them to like it's their origin stories basically.
yeah, and so again, very different of how the comic book is, but the story, the way the emotions are in this movie was not what I was expecting. And to be fair, not only did the trailer, like the way they presented it, seem just very goofy, but
Kiddish.
I
Super
don't
kiddish.
I am still not a big fan of the character designs at all. I don't like it. I think that's my biggest gripe of this movie. But aside from that, like it was amazing. Like I think if you watched it without like I think if you watched it, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's not in the comic. Or that's not, I was like, oh, that's
And I mean, I mentioned I know that just because it's written or been written in way in comics. I mean, obviously there's different universes and it can be rewritten and they can have different origin stories, which is fine. Like they change stuff like that, and it doesn't matter. Even like in like the MCU, like Civil War, like I mentioned, it probably is number one. Marvel Civil War is very, very different than the comics.
yeah.
Still very good. Like it's complete. It's very almost completely different because of the amount of characters they have and actors that they have on for the movie, and the story's completely different, but still very good movie.
Yeah, it is. It is very true. So I would honestly, if you haven't watched this movie, go watch it. It is really, really good.
What streaming services is it on?
Paramount. I'm
Oh,
guessing.
that would make sense.
Paramount, yeah.
I was like, we bought it on YouTube, so
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
so I don't know.
I'd watch it.
It's definitely.
I've been wanting to watch it.
Definitely
Just
want
haven't
to
gotten around
watch.
to it.
I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. That's a good one. What about who wants to go next? Give me
I
whatever.
guess I'll go. Everyone's looking at me.
No one's looking at you. We're looking around. It's like, who's next?
As we pan, I mean, I didn't have to move my head. I just lifted my eyes.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking at me.
I got like 3 movies that I really want to talk about. Yeah. The first one that I'm actually going to mention was an animation. It's called The Wild Robot.
Yeah, I haven't watched that yet.
It's a really good movie. It's an animation movie. It's also been nominated for an Oscar, I believe, and I wish it wins. It's a pretty. The premise of this is basically a robot that's landed on some kind of wildlife environment, and the responsibilities of this robot is to take care of a little duck, and it's basically nurtured that duck to live away and like migrate during the cold season. It's a pretty good movie. It actually talks about. It kind of reminds me a lot of Parenthood as well. The animation style is very like, as you can see.
They can't see, but okay.
Well, people that I'm with me right now. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, also the TMNT animation style movie, and also Puss in Boots. The new-
Okay.
Oh, the cell shading type. of
yeah.
thing?
It's a really pretty interesting story. I think it was a really interesting way that it been presented, and talks about like growing up and taking care of other people that or kids or anybody who's younger than you. So I'll definitely recommend that quite a lot, especially when it comes to animation. There wasn't a lot of animation movies that were kind of good, especially from the US. The other movie that I was going to mention is also Look Back. It's an anime movie. It's by the guy who created Chainsaw Man.
Oh yeah, they actually have reference in the movie about Chainsaw Man. Like, doesn't he have like a comic?
Yeah, it's a story about two friends that are trying to become animators, and it basically the movie is actually really short, it's like about an hour, and it's basically a rivalry between one character with the other character, and trying to see who is the best animator or mangaka or something like that because they'd like to draw. It's I don't know, like I think this movie really spoke to me, even though it was a really short story for 1 hour. I think it was able to provide a lot of good elements of friendship, making goals, and regrets as well.
Do you want to be a mangaka too?
No, but I think I find it fascinating.
Shucky's like, no. I've seen his drawings. No,
I really find it fascinating. So that's definitely like one of the best. I think for me, best anime movies that I've seen for last year. Yeah, I was gonna mention Wicked, but I know how much people hate musicals in here. So I gotta remove it here.
Wicked. It's not
you can like it.
Just people are like some of our preferences aren't. We don't care for musicals.
Like I won't watch
I don't hate musicals. It's just not my thing. Like I like Grease.
I don't like
hate Grease
musicals
now.
as much, but I actually was intrigued at the story, and I actually don't want to include this because knowing on that, I actually removed this. But I also at least want to mention that because I think it was kind of a really cool story to provide as a musical that was very appealing to the mass audience. I don't care about Ariana Grande, but I guess she plays a really good character in this movie.
Do you care about her?
No, all the stuff.
Yeah, people gave her praise on it.
Yeah, the singing is pretty good. Like the acting is pretty good. I'm intrigued of what happens next. I never actually seen the play, or don't know what happens in the next. I think it's 2 parts.
It's like the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
I've never
but
seen The Wizard of Oz.
Neither have I, but that's
there
all
you
I
go.
know.
You've never seen The Wizard of Oz?
The most I've ever seen is in that movie One Fine Day with Michelle Pfeiffer and George Clooney, I think. And at the end, the kids watched the movie. I think that's the most I've ever watched of that
I
movie.
watched it.
I watched the
missing
first 15 minutes of it, and I was like, I'm not meant for
it's
this
an
movie.
old
This is
movie.
long.
The Wizard of Oz was
Shit.
made in the 40s,
Yeah.
50s,
Yeah, I did not.
With all the
wanna bother
asbestos,
watching it. I stopped.
snow,
Asbestos?
asbestos and
and all
snow.
the hanging monkeys.
Yeah.
That was
It was the first movie to go from black and white to color.
Yep.
there. You go.
So yeah, definitely not a movie I'll watch ever again.
Yeah, but I gotta say, I think the singing is also pretty good. Their voices were very talented. But yeah, the movie that I actually wanted to emphasize rather than mention Wicked in here was Nosferatu. I want to watch that movie.
Didn't that come out in the new year, though?
No, it came out December 25th.
Oh, okay.
That movie was amazing. If you guys don't know, it talks about the old tale of Dracula, and it has Willem Dafoe, it has Johnny Depp's daughter, and
Is
also
it Tim Burton doing this movie?
no, it has the
okay.
guy who did the Northman, and what's the other movie that he made? The Lighthouse.
Oh, okay.
It's
The Lighthouse. Okay,
but the
I don't
characters
wanna
in
watch
here
this
are
right
pretty good. It's it's an old tale of Count Dracula and all that kind of stuff in the old times. And it also has Bill Skarsgård, the guy who plays it, the clown in it.
now. Pennywise.
Pennywise, correct.
There's also The Crow and The New Crow that sucked.
That movie sucked.
And William Dafoe.
Yeah, but this movie was pretty good, pretty dark.
Did you see this with your wife?
No, I watched it with my brother-in-law.
I was gonna say I don't think your wife would want to watch a scared
No, she
movie.
won't.
This film, I've been told by like the goths I follow
The
on
gods.
Instagram.
Oh, your friends.
Wait, the
they
big
say-
booty goths? Is that what you're telling me?
No
The
shame.
goths I
It's very
follow.
social. Remember?
The big booty goths. Okay.
They said that a lot of people won't understand it really if they haven't watched the original Nosferatu film. There's correlations to it, and then 2, I haven't seen it, and he has to verify. I heard this movie's horny, so
Basically, the premise of this.
we know why.
This is why Paul didn't go watch it with his wife.
The main girl, basically, I guess in the past, before
says
she
it's for the-
encountered
says it's for the story.
Nosferatu, she kind of have like, I don't know if I could call it sexual relationships with the Dracula itself, but she was very like, she wanted to give all to Dracula at the very beginning, which in a way she was kind of possessed, but in reality it's because she was so confused. But then there's a love story. She meets a wonderful man. Yeah, that's kind of horny for her. But this girl, it gets really on
That's
for
why the
Dracula
goth
for a bit.
That's why the goth baddies like this film. Okay.
The big booty goth baddies. Okay.
Dude, it also has, what's his name? The guy
All
who
the
plays
above.
Craven. Pietro from Marvel Comics. What's the name
Oh,
of the
that
character?
poor guy.
The guy who plays Craven. What's his name?
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Aaron
Yes.
Taylor. Yeah.
He's been cursed by playing horrible,
Dude,
getting killed and playing horrible.
in this movie, it was,
MCU.
everybody in this movie did a really good job. I really enjoyed this movie quite a lot. It's a cautionary tale. Kind of dark, of course.
Cautionary tale of what? Don't do stuff with Dracula.
Yeah, pretty much.
Don't be horny for Dracula.
And also a knockback to
horny
the
for
classic,
Dracula.
to the classic Nosferatu. So
I'm gonna make
Watch
watch cautionary
the
tale.
OG Nosferatu and then watch this and then you'll be okay.
there's a lot of
Okay.
Easter eggs from the old Nosferatu in there as well.
Yeah, so you got to be horny for Nosferatu.
Okay. Shark King. What about you?
You can come back to me.
Okay.
I'll go if you want.
Yeah. Sure.
2024, the beginning is when I finished Attack on Titan. So this is outdated, but
That's
I
fine. This
hadn't
is when
finished
you
it, so-
finished stuff because I meant
was just
Oh,
I
okay.
thought it was just stuff that came out this
no. And
No,
you watched
it's
this
stuff-
year.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
They were doing movies.
Not just
Oh,
movie.
you
You do
said
whatever.
movie, anime,
I
game,
did
whatever.
anything. Yeah.
Okay, I'll come back in.
I know Sailor Blades are number one, so we don't have to talk about that.
yeah,
That's a video game.
10 out of 10 writing. Honestly, I still don't care for season 1 or 2. I understand it has replay value, but it doesn't have replay value when you first watch it. But seasons 3 and 4 are fantastic for Attack on Titan. Excellent writing. There's geopolitical, historical references that he utilizes, which I'm always a big fan of. He has symbolism in the world, the way it's built, which is really, really cool. He poses interesting questions on impossible choices and what to do. So it's incredibly written. Again, 10 out of 10. I find it immaculate, and that's hard to do in any show. And I always give shows benefit of the doubt, even if it's like a 6 out of 10 writing show can still be a favorite show of mine. But damn, this I didn't even care for characters that much. There were like 2 or 3 characters I liked, but the writing was so good it was impossible for me to not want to finish seasons 3 and 4 like in a binge. So that for sure is like a favorite of mine of 2024.
I was going to say, I'm really glad you actually end up watching the show. Because I know in the past, I think you would like it. And
Yeah.
I'm really glad that you end up liking it.
I just liked it too
was
too
forced
late.
into it, and then he ended up
oh yeah,
liking it.
because I made a deal with someone, and if I hadn't, I would have dropped it again. But I'm glad that I was able to kind of experience it by forcing myself to continue watching it. The other thing is, and maybe this is glazing, but I enjoyed MHA's last season so much.
I agree.
And I mean, you guys know, I was telling you guys, if it's not good, I'm going to drop it as an anime. And I am the guy that would. I don't care. I don't
Yeah.
have to
You would.
finish
You
it.
would. Yeah.
But they came out punching episode 1 all the way to the very last part. I can only think of maybe even one part in the entire season that I'm like, okay, let's move past this part quickly. But even it didn't even bother me. I'm just like, we could do without that. But damn, this season was so good that I'm super excited for the finale of it. I'm glad that it's so. The news that was the second to last season made me happy. That's like a best thing because I don't like animes that drag on. Even though my favorite one is very long.
This one getting a prequel though.
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
getting a
it's not a
spin-off.
prequel. It's a
Spin-off.
spin-off because it happens
At the same
during
time.
during events that happened in the original series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a spin-off rather than a prequel.
So, but I'd say those two. I can't think of anything else.
Are you
I guess
going to
at the
watch
moment,
the
but
spin-off series?
I'm not against it, but I'm also not for it.
Okay.
It's a very interesting.
It's an interesting
Yeah.
story.
It's an interesting story because it doesn't have like a lot of ties to the main story. It does somewhat, and some of it has already been adapted
Yeah.
into the season. So in season 5, I think, when you find out about what's his name, Shirakumo,
Yeah.
a lot of that was taken from Vigilantes because before this was released, they started releasing stuff in Vigilantes about the past of what's his, oh my gosh, of Aizawa and of
Eraserhead. And
Present Mike.
Present Mike.
And so you saw like what happened when they were kids, and they took this mission, and one of their friends died, and you're like, why does this kid look very similar to? And you're like, oh, okay, so they kind of took some of that already and put it into My Hero.
Yeah. I don't mind spin-offs, or I guess whatever it's considered. Obviously, Paul and I enjoy Gen V.
Oh, that's right.
And then like From the Boys, which is I guess I'll put that one in. Finally receiving the word that The Boys only get one more season.
It's done.
And then it's completely done. I loved it. It's very different than, like, because I have a friend who read and has all of the
Comics?
Yeah, the comics. He goes, they took a completely different twist on it, but he appreciates it, and I think it's pretty good. So I'm glad I don't have to keep dragging it. We'll see how it ends, for better or for worse. But the fact that I just have one more season to watch, I'm happy about it.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Right on.
You ready, Shark King? Do you need another minute?
No, I was just trying to think. I think probably the thing I enjoyed the most, I was going to mention MHA, so I'm glad that you did. But probably number one would have been X-Men 97.
Ooh, yeah.
I originally was like, I'm not sure how I feel about it. And then the entire show was awesome.
I was a hater at first, I'll be honest.
Right?
I was a hater.
Skeptical about everything that Marvel has done. Yeah.
No, it with reason.
Yeah, I think
Well,
we were.
yeah, but I mean,
went in skeptical with
warranted.
reason.
It
I
was super
like,
warranted.
Fantastic series. Fantastic.
Like I can't believe how much they were able to pull on your heartstrings, and like in what was it, 8 episodes?
I think it,
9?
9?
I think it was.
It was something like
I
that.
understood that reference.
9.
But I mean, they're mid. I'm not gonna say mid credit, but like their mid season, like quote unquote finale was just, and Genosha was like,
Yeah, dude, that was legit.
I keep watching that on repeat.
yeah, I think one of the best moments in like Marvel and MCU, I'll say MCU, has to be with Gambit, because he's like about to destroy I forget what that Sentinel is called.
Sentinel?
He has another name because he's like super powered.
Prime?
Is it Sentinel Prime? No, it's not Sentinel Prime. That's Transformers.
Transformers.
But anyway, he's about to like hit him, and then he gets stabbed. You know, but then he's like, oh, that's fine. He's like, and he says, my name's Gab. He's like, remember that, and remember, and it just, and then it just ends with Rogue just saying, I can't feel. I was like, oh my gosh.
I like that they capitalized on new age technology, and so the choreography and the fight scenes were so cool.
I know.
Like Nightcrawler and Wolverine. Who didn't like that?
Yeah,
Who didn't like that?
I agree, and I think like just the show was so good. Like a lot of the characters were well written. I remember one of our first things that we were worried about was like, I hope the show isn't too Wolverine focused. And if anything, I was like, probably could have used a little bit more Wolverine.
Yeah, they put
Which is fine. Like at least
but it was
story wise,
good. Yeah,
but it's good. Like I feel like most of the characters get at least an episode or two to really shine. You really care about them. Stuff goes on with all of them. Magneto was
the man.
Immaculate.
Yeah, it's one of the best characters, like just in comics,
Ever.
period. And then in the show, he really, really, really shines through. Yeah, I just
especially his whole speech when he brings people from the
It was
world.
like word for word from the comics
yeah.
too.
Oh, I loved it, and the way that they
Terrific.
I think it's like this is the way you should, if you're gonna remake or reboot something, this is the way to do it.
They set the standard.
Like it's still new, but it's still
A classic.
at the same time. Like this is the right way to do it. I know that there's been a lot of reboots with different shows and movies and stuff, but this is the right way. And the way like even Morph just gets to do all the cameos.
Yep.
Where he turns into the Hulk, he turns into Quicksilver. Like it's
Blob.
great. The Blob.
You see Captain America, you see Iron Man. You get to Peter Parker, and you're like, and they confirm like, oh yeah, that's the Peter Parker from.
Let's not forget they finally made Cyclops what he needs to be.
Yeah.
Instead of an annoying Boy Scout.
Yeah, and again, I mean, his time as leader was cut short, obviously, right, because of Magneto. But like, yeah, that first part when he's like, at the very beginning, I'm like, he's like, to me, I was like, oh my god, like this is. Yeah. And then Magneto says, I was like, this is getting like crazy. Like it was just I've watched it a few times, but I remember when we watched it. I think that was the best thing. We were watching it together, and Javi had already watched it like twice already. but we were watching when Gabby dies. And we're like, no,
That was the hardest part to not say anything and be there with you guys.
Yeah,
I feel like that always happens because I think
Because you end up watching things.
Yeah.
He watched it on Twitter while they were transcripting it for him.
No,
Watch it at 5
I would
o'clock in the
wake up-
morning?
Yeah, I would wake up super early to watch it. But yeah, it was great. And I think it's like even like just deeper besides it just being well written. It's a lot of like, social issues that are being tackled.
Yeah, that's
It
why I
was
like
just-
the
yeah,
X-Men.
it was-
The way
it
that
was
they
just-
address everything.
I don't
is-
think I have too much, if anything, bad to say. I think there was that one episode where like,
the Jubilee one.
yeah, like it
I
wasn't. I didn't hate it.
I hate Jubilee.
It was
just-
unnecessary.
It just felt like it did feel a little bit like a filler episode. I guess that would be like the one knock I have against the entire season. But besides that, I would say it's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, and I liked it that they're like, if you haven't seen this show and you want to understand certain references or certain plot points, like they even said, watch these episodes from the original. That's all you need to do, and that will help you understand what's happening here.
And you didn't need to.
You didn't need to. He's
It
like,
gave you
yeah,
some backgrounds, but you didn't need to. I watched the show with people who had never watched the original or like sat down and knew the story of the original series. But yeah, it was great.
yeah, and I like that they would change the openings, like to kind of match what's going on in the show, especially like when Magneto becomes like the new leader.
Like just watching this, I want to watch this whole show. I want to watch the whole season all over again.
Yeah,
Omega Red next season, hopefully.
Hope
And-
it come back this year. I don't know. It would be nice if it comes in though.
And I think what I liked is it showed little glimpses of where they could be taking X-Men, because like just to finish with X-Men, you can continue with other ones, but just to finish with X-Men, if you've never read the comics, Cyclops becomes very like anti anything that's not mutant, and it basically gets to the point where he actually kills like he basically kills Professor X in the comics. And he's like, anything that is specific to mutants, he only wants them to be involved and doesn't want anyone else to. Like, and you see glimpses of this, of him losing his cool in the show. And I like it because I think, they kind of get to this point where he becomes, I don't know if we call it dark Cyclops, but like he becomes like this very cynical, senile Cyclops. I would love to see that and see how they take him down. So, but yeah, great show. Any other ones?
That's the first. That was
Yeah,
the first one
well-
that came to my head.
It's a good one.
Yeah, like I said, this was probably the highlight for like at least TV show wise. This was the show from last year.
Any movies?
It sounds weird, but I'd probably have to go with Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
I know there was parts that I know I liked X-Men 97 more than I liked Deadpool and Wolverine, but still it was very, very well done. Even now I'm going back and still noticing things that I missed the first couple of times.
Yeah.
So those are probably my favorite. I think it was a very
Marvel.
X-Men.
Yeah.
X-Men year.
It was an X-Men year.
I think what's good is like, again, whether I loved this movie, I have issues with it, but I'm glad that it was able to get them, like, people get back on the Marvel train, be like, oh, Marvel can be good, MCU can be.
And Hugh Jackman,
Good.
just having Hugh Jackman back was awesome.
And that, did you hear the news that he's gonna be
on
back
for 10 years.
after 10 years? I'm like, oh shiz, he is gonna be super old.
Yeah, we already had Old Man Logan.
But now he's gonna be real old man Logan.
There is an older man Logan.
That
but
is an older man Logan.
Older
I don't know
man
how they're
Logan.
gonna.
I don't know how they're going to use him because the next phase or the next saga they want to tell is the mutant saga, and he's obviously going to be part of it. I don't know how or how much he's going to be in it because
I guess
They're gonna kill him
I
off.
guess the other good thing about this last year with all the X-Men stuff is it makes me excited and hopeful about what they'll do with X-Men going forward in the MCU. I'm still confused as to how they're gonna
Connect everything together.
just be
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, mutants were here the entire time. It's like, and nobody freaking noticed.
No,
or-
this is gonna happen. Wolverine's gonna be on a battlefield fighting whoever the bad guy is.
Or
And
he
then you're
will be
gonna
the
see
bad guy.
the circle sparks from Doctor Strange. You're gonna hear him say, "To me, my X-Men," and all the mutants just pop out of those portals. That's how it starts.
and that's why what's his name Wong was like, you wanted more.
Yeah, yeah.
Which again, if that I kind of hope that they don't do that because that would be kind of annoying. And be like, hey, like, so you guys just let Thanos take over the planet. You're like, nah, we're good.
We're just chilling.
I mean, it's like the Eternals. They're like, why did you fight Thanos? Like, we weren't
Invited.
meant to. Like, it was an external thing. Like, we had to let it
Yeah.
happen. Like,
You have to.
get the fluff out of here.
That at least makes sense, David.
Sure. I think they're gonna do something with incursions where there be mutants in some other world, alternate timeline, and they'll have to be transported here. I don't know.
You have to be transformed.
They did that before.
Transformers.
I mean, and they've already kind of hinted to that with what's her face from the Marvels.
Kamala Khan?
No, not Kamala.
America.
America Chavez?
No,
Who are you
Monica Rambeau. I forget her name. Like,
Monica Rambeau
never
gets
watched
sent
them.
to.
Oh, yeah.
have you not
other
seen
universe.
that? Have you seen the post credit scene?
I haven't watched any outside after.
I know this was an anomaly for
Yeah,
you.
after Endgame, the only things I watched were
Spider-Man.
Shang-Chi, Spider-Man.
And this one?
No, and that's it.
Oh, here's the post credit scene on the Marvels. So basically, in the end of the Marvels, there's like a rift in space and time, and she for some reason has to be on the other side of the rift to close it.
David, you have to close it on both sides.
Well, anyway, it's dumb. That happens, and then she becomes unconscious. She gets picked up by Sentry, right? No, I forget her name. The mom in this version is not the same, and then you have Beast, but he's CGI, and it's still what's his face?
Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer.
Racer?
But now he's all CGI and not in his furry form.
It looks good though.
Yeah. So in this version, there are X-Men. Why? I don't know. We don't know what timeline she's in.
Because reasons.
There's reasons, yeah.
And Wizard did it.
So this is the first time that we're introduced to the mutants, at least in a movie.
Okay.
Officially, yeah.
Officially, yeah. So, and yeah. So I don't know if this will be the one that they're gonna give us in the mutant saga, but
I'm not gonna be watching the Marvel movies, but you guys will have to tell me now that with the popularity of Marvel Rivals, if in the movies they're gonna do like the whole thing like Scarlet Witch, pure chaos.
I think something that's going to happen. They're going to be something
And then
connected.
you have Doctor Strange
I wanna
by
play-
the eye of Agamotto, or whatever it is he says.
I want to play Jeff.
Jeff, yeah,
I think they've talked about bringing him into the MCU.
yeah.
I don't know
You can watch
how.
that movie, right?
He's
if I play
very
Jeff?
popular. No, if,
I'll be
you
surprised.
if you play any character, yes, I'm going to be in. Even if you're an extra, I'll watch whatever movie you're an extra in. Outside of that, I'm not touching those movies.
Waving.
And once I see you, and if you tell me that's the one scene, I'm leaving. I'm like, okay, I saw what I
I paid
needed
$15 for this. Okay.
That's a true
For my friend, I will support.
I'm in the post credits.
I'm showing up at the end of the movie then.
It's like I'll watch it on YouTube.
They're like, I'm building a team, and then Javi turns around. Go on.
So,
Quinidence.
Waiting.
best things. Mr. already went, yeah?
No.
Yes, he did.
Did he? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he talked
for
about
sure.
Transformer 1.
Yeah.
I
So
got
it's not
more,
your
but I
turn.
want to wait for you. What you're going to say because I want to let you talk.
Okay. I will go with this. I was not. I think this is what it's called. Not inferior. It's called. It was a show called Interior Chinatown.
Interior design?
Interior Chinatown. It has. I forget the name of the comedian.
Jimmy Yang?
Jimmy Yang. There you go.
Like Jimmy Yang.
So he's in it, and it is weird. I still don't understand all of it, but it was good. Like, he's like this guy who believes he's a nobody. His brother was the one that they always looked up to, and then his brother basically goes missing years ago, and he wants his life to be more exciting. And so all of a sudden, that's what starts happening. Like, people start disappearing again, and then he finds them. He's like, "Wait, didn't you just disappear?" He gets involved with this with Chloe Bennett, who plays an FBI agent, and they try and figure out what's happening in Chinatown. It's based off a book, and honestly, I don't know how the book is because when you watch it, it's all like crazy, and I don't know how they would write it. I don't know how the book would write the craziness that happens.
Obviously crazy.
I'm curious to read the book, but it just kept me guessing the entire time. And Jimmy Yang is actually a pretty good actor. Like, I've watched, he was in a rom-com before, and he's been in like Fresh Off the Boat.
Silicon Valley.
Yeah, Silicon Valley. He's been in like more like comedic things. And in this one, yes, he's comedic, but he's also like serious acting in this as well. And it was actually really, really good. Like, I would highly recommend watching this. It was very interesting. The ending is like up to interpretation on whether they're successful or
the
not.
dream.
So we know that Paul liked it.
Paul,
I've actually seen it. It's just him.
He will like it.
I think you will
I'm
like
surprised you haven't seen it yet.
Really?
because of
You're not
who's in
gonna
this
like it because
movie.
it's Chinese, not Japanese.
Yep,
That's probably why.
You know, Mr. Mister. Right on the nose.
I see a couple of Chinese shows, but
Racist.
Right in the
kind of
eyes.
got my attention.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Chloe Bennett, but that was
I mean, Clint Bennett is pretty cool.
yeah. I know that's what you think of her.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
but I would say honestly, I would say watch it. It is very interesting. Like, it just keeps you guessing because you don't know what's going on. It's kind of like a what's real, what's not, kind of Inception type of vibe.
Okay,
Yeah, Chinese Inception.
that's racist.
Yeah, wow, that's racist, man.
Chinception.
And like the ending, you know how in the end of Inception, like you see him like turn his little spinner thing, and you don't know if it's real or no.
He hasn't seen it.
I haven't seen this.
Thanks,
Wow.
thanks again.
I love what every time he does it, he like makes like you know.
No.
He isolates you.
Why
know,
is
right?
it?
No, well, now you do.
every time,
But every time, but
Just look at him.
If
but
you
then,
don't
when
know,
if I
right?
no. Now you know.
then give him a ski movie. Oh yeah, watch motherfucker. Be consistent in some way. Stop it. Stop being inconsistent.
What was the reference you made?
Inception.
Oh, I haven't seen it either.
See,
Dang, man. Spoiling. Once again.
Well, in the end of the movie.
There's a spool or a top.
Anyway, you don't know how in the end of Inception, you don't know if they're successful or not.
Successful of what? They don't even know.
Exactly. Yeah, I just want to keep it ambiguous. Same thing in this show. And so it's kind of, but it's a really good type of ending, at least in my opinion. It's not like the other ones that Japonian likes that I
shitty
hate.
film where they are trying to steal shit and it ends up being open ended and it's just ash.
it's
What's that one shitty film you like, Paul?
On the dream.
What's the other dream?
It was from the same director that does all those two
Christopher
types of
Nolan.
films. Yeah, what's that shitty one?
All of them except
What?
the Dark Knight trilogy.
You
The
need to
one-
finish the Interstellar and talk to me again, okay?
No, I already
The
found
robot.
Interstellar.
It's a good movie.
I enjoyed it, but the robot fucking threw me off. But I enjoyed the film. No, I'm talking about the shitty movie after Interstellar, where they're like thieves or something. Where it's like a
Tenet?
subway.
Tenet?
I can't remember. The
Tenet?
fuck. They still paintings?
Now you see me? I don't know.
Paintings.
I've seen that movie.
I don't remember.
Oh, National Treasure.
I forgot that was Christopher Nolan.
If I see the movie, if I see the title,
So watch the
Tenet,
movie.
that one fucking sucks. That one's ass.
Which one?
Apparently,
Tenet.
Tenet.
It's like a
Tenet.
pretty good movie.
Tenet.
Is that the one with
that's that.
Denzel Washington's kid?
Yes, that's the one. Him and
That's the
also
one
Robert
where
Pattinson.
it's open ended, and he's like,
They're all open ended.
ourselves. No, but it's super open ended. Where
This
he's
one?
lazy. This
Super-
is a super lazy one where he's like,
You still don't
everything
get
is
it.
open ended. You can figure it out yourselves. You go fuck yourself, Christopher Nolan. This is the one time I'll tell you to do that. Jackass.
No, you will do that again. I can see
That
you doing
movie
that.
sucks.
That movie's
Nah,
great.
movie
What are you talking
sucks.
about?
That movie sucks ass. I hope this new one that he's doing with the Odyssey is good. Because he's got what's his bucket, the Punisher and his baby in it.
What the? So you hating so much that you want to see this movie? That's terrible.
I hope he
This
succeeds. By the way,
film is where I hate him.
What is
This
going
film
on?
Sucked. This film sucked. This film sucked ass. The other films are good.
Claire, you
And
need to
I
watch
hope
the
the
movie
Odyssey
again.
does well.
Anyway, so yeah. So any new ones? Any other ones?
Yeah, I got a couple. Going to the shows that I actually enjoyed for last year.
I didn't say enjoy best. We're not going enjoy. We're going best.
Okay, best. Bleach, Thousand Blood Arc. The anime for the new season.
Okay,
has
the
been-
third core.
Yes.
Okay.
It has been way
gonna
good.
watch that.
I'm excited for the next part. I think they're gonna release more stuff
Is
that's
that
not in the
spring?
manga. Yes, it's coming up soon. Every episode has been amazing. I think even IMDb gave them 9 point and above when it comes to some of the episodes for this season.
Well, good.
So I'm really glad it's coming back. It's a classic. It's bringing the old classic with new animation, kind of like other shows as well, and I really enjoy that. It's more gory. It's more mature with all the body parts exploding all over the place. I was going to say Dandadan as well. It's
Yes.
a new anime that came out. I know Nico also mentions that, and I know that Mr.
Stop watching this shitty trailer. Thank you.
It's a interesting show. It basically combines supernatural with romance, with also.
Losing your penis.
Excellent reference.
What about
I
your
understood
penis?
It's the balls, Diego. It's the balls.
Oh, the balls. It's the balls.
Oh, his balls. Okay, my bad. I don't know. I haven't watched it.
You should. That's what I'm mentioning. Like
I will say you should watch. It's actually really good. Like, and what's interesting is
Like 3 years.
why?
Because he has
That's
so
all
much
I
other
watch
anime that
Attack
he's
on Titan.
watching.
He's
He
so
just can't
busy.
get around to it.
I like it because they
200 and 300.
if you watch the
series to get watched through.
if you watch the opening, like they reference previous titles that the studio has done, like Devilman Crybaby,
Yeah, but not also that they also include like a lot of like old
Ultraman.
Ultraman, all the other classic.
So like it's like in this part of the opening, like when the main character, when she does a kick, her earring like goes in front of her, and it's supposed to reference like
Ultraman.
this right there. Yeah,
Right there.
Ultraman right there. It's supposed to be like that. So really cool, like references
they bring all
to
the tonkatsus, not the tonkatsus. Like, what's the name of the old classical monsters, Japanese monsters?
Godzilla.
no,
the kaiju's
Pikachu.
pocket monsters.
They have a particular genre, but they actually include most of the stuff in here.
The
So
yokai?
they include no.
Oh, the giant catfish that causes earthquakes.
Sure.
Sure.
That's the thing.
But yeah, like I said, it combines like a lot of mythical Japanese folklore when it aliens, romance, and comedy as well. And the animation, it's
Animation is
pretty-
amazing.
Pretty good. It's been popping everywhere, and people really enjoy this quite a lot.
I would say honestly, I think you might like this host.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can say that.
Well, I
There's-
can't wait to watch it in 2028.
Oh my god.
Because you have so much to do between that.
yeah, pretty much. The other thing
Right,
that I was
pretty
gonna
much.
mention as well, it's something that I also recommend David here, Blue Box.
Yes, Blue Box is amazing. It's on episode 6. Okay, correction. It hasn't finished. I think it's on episode 16,
It's still
14,
going.
something like that. So it hasn't finished, but it is amazing.
It's a shonen jump story, but it basically relates romance and also sports into this, and it has been. It's not very actiony in the sense of like fighting like your monster of the week or like.
It's weird why it's a shonen, because it's all about romance, but the main character plays badminton and the main girl plays basketball.
Yeah, the story it's pretty good. The art is amazing. I think they really did a good job when it comes to anime.
Nice.
And it's still ongoing as well. And I think once the season ends, I mean, a lot of people really like it already. So it's definitely one of the shows that I really like for last year as well. The other
Saying he's coming in dripping white letters did not appeal to me.
what is?
Anyways, continue.
Okay. There's,
Oh my god, my penis.
Well done, Mr. Mister.
this is a trailer for the next season.
Yes.
Okay, like what's going on here? Like, I was a bit
He's like,
confused.
I've never seen this.
Well, I actually read the manga. So I
Me
know
too.
that-
I actually read the manga. My name is
Pushes up his glasses.
I actually did.
Do you have any more? So I'm gonna add one
No,
more.
he's
first-
done. He's
no.
already had 5.
Yeah, you already.
Cobra Kai.
I can bring a lot of things in there as
Yeah,
well.
this one I want to add. Cobra Kai
Cobra Kai season 6, part
Part 1,
2.
2.
What?
What?
Wait, didn't that both parts that come out this year?
Part 1 and part 2 came out
I think they both came out this year.
last year.
Last year, yeah.
Right.
Really interesting. Really good. I'm excited to see how it ends. Some parts are very cheesy. And again, it's Cobra Kai, but like
Cheesy, you say?
Have you watched it?
it raises things up to like
I have seen Karate Kid though.
yeah.
Oh, that's all
Queso,
I need
you
to.
say. Queso.
The way that this part ends is it's at a big. They do cliffhangers, and this cliffhanger I was like, what? To me it felt like it was all kind of like fun and like we're okay, and then it just raises up the stakes like to 11. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? How are they going to finish this? Don't know how, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the final part. I think it's going to come out in July or June of this year, something like that.
They're gonna have to reach even further beyond.
Well, they have to do it before the new movie comes out, though.
Plus Ultra.
No,
Are they going to bring
no,
Jackie
they don't,
Chan
'cause
back
that,
into
that
it?
movie's not,
Yeah.
Yeah.
connected to this universe.
What
It's
about
its own
Hilary
thing,
Swank?
So it's fine.
No, I hope not.
I may or may not. I cannot neither confirm nor deny that it'll be in this movie.
Yeah, but I'm thinking if they're going to release the movie that's coming out soon, they probably have to wrap this up because...
Yeah, that's the guy in Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
Yes, that is true. And I think Mortal Kombat should be coming back this year.
Oh,
Yep.
that first one was a disappointment, so they better make this one good.
They're going to bring...
The only thing that was cool about the first film was Scorpion fighting Sub-Zero, and that was pretty fire.
Yeah, they had some good moments, but as a story and a movie, it was very lackluster.
This tournament didn't even start.
Agreed, and I think that they
The Mortal Kombat without
they
the Mortal
just
Kombat.
relied on the name of the franchise and
big fans that have followed it essentially from its beginning to not have to tell a story.
Why do so many people
But they
get kicked
should.
in the face at Cobra Kai?
That's
They had
basically
a
what the
knife. That
show
means
is
someone got
about.
stabbed and died.
So
That
you-
was the cliffhanger that you're talking about.
But who?
I don't know. Oh, see, you confirmed it for me.
That's
Or
what
did it happen?
No, they were showing a knife.
No
Someone
say.
died or got stabbed at least.
Yeah, both parts did come out last year. Yeah. But anyway, any more?
I was gonna say Agatha.
I got that sleeper. This is a sleeper one. Was not expecting it to be good.
I'm out of that.
Fall asleep watching it.
No, yeah, I was gonna say that there's one episode in particular that I really like the way that was presented, the whole storytelling in a backwards episode. It goes backwards. But I do feel like they were able to provide a good story. Nobody was thinking it was gonna be that good, but I think it was decent story too.
Yeah.
I actually like it.
Yep. Any other ones?
I'm just trying to remember stuff from this. I guess the one thing I will shout out to our number one fan.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, he
Hentai
mentioned,
Paul? Yeah.
Tekken Bloodline on Netflix. It's like 6 episodes on Netflix. I thought it was really, really good.
Did one of you watch?
I watched Arcane.
Yeah, Arcane. Was it good? Word?
I think it was a really good show. I didn't
I
completely
said
forgot
good, but I
until
meant
you
good.
actually reminded me of my number one fan. My number one fan.
Your number one.
forgot
That's your
one,
son,
for
maybe. Not that.
No, but I gotta say,
I forgot-
for Arcane, I didn't want to watch it. I mentioned it before. Like I think it was kind of meh. But as you build the story, the story gets bigger and bigger, and the animation style once again is very Spider-Man like. So I think it combined a good story for somebody who hasn't played the game. I don't even know what goes on into the game. I was drawn.
Guess
by
we're gonna play World of Warcraft now.
League of Legends.
League of Legends now.
I don't understand either of those references.
League of Legends.
I forgot to
It's
mention,
Blizzard.
I forgot to mention 3 films.
Go quickly.
3 frames. Go for it.
Okay. So, okay, I won't say this one was great. It was Godzilla versus Kong.
Okay,
The
Godzilla.
Empire was entertaining. It was fun.
Okay.
Alien Romulus was amazing.
Yeah.
It was a really fun film. I thought it was great. That one went back to its OG scariness to it, and I guess 20th Century was so impressed with this film that they asked the director to make a sequel, or they want him to make an Alien versus Predator film now, something like that. There's something where he's going to be in the universe again. So that I'm excited for. And then obviously, last but not least, Sonic the Hedgehog 3
Yep.
was a great film. If you're a fan of Sonic Adventure 2, there was a lot of callbacks, a lot of stuff. The dab from all around the world you heard, on the moon, super cool. The after credit scenes was awesome. Just the whole thing, and it's out on digital. Came out, I think, on last Tuesday or Wednesday, one of the two. So you can buy it on digital if you want to. Physical releases sometime. Soon,
I think it's
in a month. Or
yeah,
two.
something like that.
Where's the Spanish dub coming out?
I don't care. Don't want the Spanish dub.
I can neither confirm nor deny that I'm in this.
Your knuckles.
But yeah, this one was great. A great send off. A great way to end the year was Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Mm-hmm.
It beat the fuck out of Mufasa because Mufasa fucking blows. So
Did you watch it, Diego?
Huh? Yeah, I did.
You watched Mufasa?
He was
bad.
both. He was both to support.
I didn't pay for it. I'll tell you that much. I didn't pay for it.
He did watch
deserve
it,
my
though.
Money, so yeah.
Hey,
but
he didn't want to give money to
it didn't
Disney.
deserve my
Okay?
time as well. It didn't deserve my time as well. Don't watch it. It's not good.
It makes Mufasa be more like the bad guy, and I don't like it. It kind of rewrites all that you know in The Lion King, and they try to make it more complicated, more complex. It wasn't just Scar's bad and Mufasa was good. They make it more the lines blurred, and I don't like it. I think it makes Lion King seem like or at least how Mufasa and Scar in the movie works. Like it.
So they pull a Dragon Ball.
No, they pull
No.
what they do that made
It's
it.
just a lot of the modern films.
But like he wasn't
you
a
have
bad guy.
but they want you to understand.
Like you might be a bad
why
guy,
this
but you're not a
guy's
bad guy type
understood
of
that
thing.
reference.
Yeah, see? Oh, now you okay.
That movie, I've seen Wreck-It Ralph.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, that's what it
They
is.
just want to
He's
show you
Ralph.
that.
They
He's not
make
really a
they
bad
make
guy.
Scar
This is why
be
he
like
became
Ralph.
one.
Okay.
It's stupid.
Yeah,
I still haven't seen Sonic 3.
it's
I watched the other two movies.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but I've never played a Sonic game before.
3.
We can
Like I
start
said,
now.
The only Sonic game I've ever played is like Mario and Sonic at the Olympics.
I think that's what this movie is
Wait,
based
is
on.
You're hurting my soul.
They should
And
make a
I always
movie of
play
that.
Sonic because I run fast.
There you go. See?
Okay.
I
What,
played as Sonic and Mario Olympics.
did you at least watch Sonic 2?
Crazy.
I
statement.
watched Sonic 2.
Okay, we'll watch Sonic 3 together. I'll buy it and we'll watch it.
Okay. Oh, and I played a Sonic in Smash Bros.
There you go.
Okay, well, at least that's something.
Smash Bros.
Don't do that.
But yeah, definitely watch it.
It's Itachi from Fortnite.
2024. Made 400 million globally.
Yep, it
there
did.
you go.
It's the second highest video game movie franchise now, and this is the second largest video game movie. So obviously, number one is Mario Brothers because it made $1 billion. The next one is this one,
When are we getting married too?
Electric Boogaloo. I don't know.
As soon as Chris Pratt comes back to record his lines.
Perfect.
Correct.
As long as he fixes that stupid accent that he has, or forgets that he has.
why he
What's
gets paid,
worse,
man.
him as Mario or Keanu as Shadow?
Oh, you're giving me a hard decision.
That's why
I'm gonna say Keanu is worse because Keanu he delivers his
moments.
lines like Keanu, and I hate it. It's like, am I watching Matrix or am I watching like Sonic? 'Cause it bugs me.
Why did you stop? You were about to win.
Yeah, he had some funny stuff, but
Yeah.
alrighty, we're gonna end it there. Otherwise, we could go for like another half an hour, and
We could.
we could, but we're not going to. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Remember, you can watch these episodes on YouTube first, and then 2 weeks later, you can listen to them just on the podcast version on Podmatic, on Podbean. You can listen on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. Okay, you can follow us on our social media accounts on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Chimino Podcast, capital C, capital N, capital P. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We will see you next time. This is David the Smash Fan.
Mr.
You're pretty.
Boricua Senpai.
And Shark King.
This is Chimino Podcast.